Hare Krishna to all of you. So today we are trying to understand the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is called as the Akshara Brahma Yoga. Okay. And all of us are trying to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is based on the teaching of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, who's fondly called as the Prabhupada and who's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. So before we start the class, let's do the Guru Pranam and then start. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namaom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to all of you. So today's chapter is 8th, which is called as the Akshara Brahma Yoga. That means attaining the supreme.
Can you put the attendance code, please?
Attendance. One of the co-hosts share the attendance code. Okay. So it is called as the Akshara Brahma.
Mathaji, what do we need to do with the code, attendance code?
You're attending first day, is it? Today is your first day?
No, I was doing in a 6 p.m. batch, but then due to some issues, I had to, my mother logged in me for the 8 o'clock batch.
So you don't know about the procedure? Okay, no. I'll tell you at the end of the class. Please wait, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the 8th chapter is Akshara Brahma Yoga, that is attaining the supreme. So here in the first shloka of the chapter, Arjuna inquires, "O my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahman? What is the self? What are fruitive activities? What is material manifestation? And what are demigods? Please explain this to me." Okay, Arjuna has some more questions on to the Lord, okay, because it is the conversation happening between the Lord and Arjuna, right? Arjuna has so much of, he had so much of confusion in the first chapter, and later the Lord in each chapter started giving him some knowledge. And as God gives him some knowledge, Arjuna has some more questions on mind. He doesn't know what is Brahma, what is self, okay, what do you call as self, what is fruitive activity. Okay, still it is not clear to him. And then he says, what is material manifestation? What do you mean by material manifestation? He's asking. And he's also asking, what are demigods? Please explain this to me, he is asking the Lord. And who is the Lord of sacrifice? Arjuna also wants to know, who is the Lord of sacrifice? How does he live in the body? O Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Okay, so he was also asking. Okay, so the Lord told, right, in yesterday's chapter in Bhakti, from yesterday we are trying to understand the Bhakti chapters or the Bhakti Yoga chapters, right, from 7 to 12. And the Lord told that even when they're dying, if they remember me, then they will come to me, he told yesterday. And Arjuna wants to understand, okay, how to engage in devotional service and know you at the time of, how does one, so if you do not remember the Lord all your life, okay, it will be difficult for you to remember him at the time of death. Okay, so Arjuna is asking, how should we remember you at the time of, or how do we get that knowledge of remembering you at the time of death? So the Lord starts answering him again. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the indestructible transcendental living entity is called Brahman, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the self. Okay, the self is called as, or is called as this Adhyatma. Action pertaining to development of material body of the living entity is called karma, or the fruitive activity. That is what all activities we do in this material world. Okay, that is called as the karma or the fruitive activity. That is based on good thought, you do good actions, so which will accumulate punya. Based on bad thoughts, you do bad action, which will accumulate papa. Okay, so it is called, that's why it's called as the fruitive activity. Okay, whether you are gaining punya or whether you are gaining papa. Oh, best of the embodies being, the physical nature which is constantly changing is called adibhuta, that is the material manifestation. Okay, and the universal form of the Lord, which includes the demigods like those of sun, moon, is called Adidaiva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represented as the super soul in the heart of every embodied being, am called the Adi Yagna. So he calls, because he is present in the four-handed form in all the living entity. Okay, so he is called as the Adi Yagna, the Lord of sacrifice, or he also call him as a super soul. And the demigods, okay, the universal form of the Lord, which includes all demigods, is known as, like the sun, moon is called as the Adi Daiva. Okay, he's the first, or the that Adi God, or the first. He's the creator, right? Or the um, and then the constantly changing embodied being, the physical nature which is constantly changing, is called as the Adibhuta, or the material manifestation, that which changes. Why it is called material manifestation? Because it is made up of the Panchatattva elements. Okay, and whoever at the time of death quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attain my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Okay, so like Bhishma Pitamaha, right? See, he was laid on the bed of arrows. Okay, and then he started reciting. I told you that he started reciting the Lord's name. Okay, or Vishnu Sahasranama we call it as, or it is also called as the Bhishma Stuti. Okay, so he started reciting the Lord's name. Because he knew that once he gets to, he know that since the Lord is on the side of Pandavas, definitely the Pandavas will win the war, and Yudhishthira will be nominated as the king. So he will have, I mean, he will know that, or he gets to know that, and so he thinks that he can peacefully. Okay, so all these years he will be, because he has a boon, that he can decide when to die. Okay, and because of that he will and he also he doesn't want to leave his body, because he wants to hand over the kingdom of Hastinapur to some safe hands. Okay, and all these years he'll be waiting for a rightful king for the for Hastinapur. And once he gets to know that Yudhishthira will, I mean, the Pandavas are will win the war. Okay, they win the battle, and Yudhishthira is will be nominated, or will be made the king. Okay, so he will decide that he has to leave his body, and he starts. Okay, and in the mid of the 18-day war period itself, that is when Arjuna injures him and put him on the bed of arrows. He will start reciting the Lord's name, because he gets to know that the Lord is on the side of Pandavas, and we are sure to, or the Kauravas are sure to win, lose the battle. Okay, and then whatever state of mind of being, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. Okay, so the God says, okay, that is when you are dying, if you remember, when we die, if we remember the Lord also, the Lord accept us. Okay, even throughout your life you don't remember him, but at the time of the death I remember the Lord, then the Lord definitely will take me. That's what the Lord tells. Okay, whatever state of being one remembers, or whatever, when you're dying, whatever state, when we die, whatever state of mind we are in, okay, you go to that, one remembers when he quits, O son of Kutti, that state he will attain without fail. So whatever state we leave the body in, okay, so we go to that state of body. Okay, say this is an example of the story of Bharat Maharaj. Okay, so this Bharat Maharaj, no, he will he will be a great devotee of the Lord. Okay, and in as I said, there are that eightfold in bhakti. There are 8 stages, right? He would have crossed all the 7 stages of bhakti. Okay, and only the last day. I mean, he'll be so elevated. He would have crossed all the 7 stages of bhakti, and only the last stage he will have to complete. But he'll be a very good king, and then he will decide that he has to. He'll have sons. Okay, so and younger at young age only, he will decide that he will hand over the king to his sons, and he will because he is a devotee or a bhakt, he's a devotee of the Lord. He wants to give back that material pleasures, okay, of the king. Okay, he wants to give back the material pleasure, and he wants to completely devote all his life for the Lord. Okay, so he decides to nominate his elder son as the king, and he will come back. He will come to the forest. Okay, so that he can continue his devotional services. Because even as a king, he will be very pious, and he will be doing a lot of religious activities. Okay, the yagnas. He'll be performing a lot of religious activities he'll be doing, and now he will completely dedicate all his time for in the name of the Lord. Okay, and it so happens that once when he is performing the yagna, he sees that a pregnant deer, right, it will fearing the a lion, I mean, fearing the lion's roar, it will fall inside this river. Okay, can you see a river here? It will fall inside the river, and that fear of roaring of the lion, as soon as it hears the roar of the lion, no, it is so scared that it will fall inside the river, and it will also deliver the baby inside the river only. And so this happens in front of Bharat Maharaj's hut only. Okay, he'll be staying in this hut. It'll happen in front of that, and so he will see that nobody around is there to help the mother deer. So he gets into the water, and he picks up the baby that is born, and the mother deer after delivery will die. Okay, and he will see that the baby deer, nobody is there around to look after, so he will bring it to his own hut. Okay, and then he'll start taking care of the deer. Okay, and therefore he develops an attachment to the deer. Okay, and so he's always worried. See, he left all his children, he leaves his kingdom, everything, so that he gets out of those attachments. But now it so happens that he will start developing an attachment to the deer. Okay, and so wherever I mean, when the deer is not seen, he'll be worried about it. He'll start looking, he'll start searching for it. Okay, and slowly what happens, he gets diverted from his actual devotional practice. Okay, and it so happens that once the deer leaves that place and never returns. Okay, and this Bharat Maharaj will completely he'll be very upset, and he will start searching for the deer, and also he will because he will not be able to find it, no, he will die. Okay, and when he's dying, he's only thinking about the deer. Okay, and because during his death he thinks about the deer, no, in the next birth he becomes a deer. Okay, he was born and after again he is reborn for the third time. Okay, because already he had completed 7 stages of bhakti, only the last stage was remaining. So he will be reborn the second time as Jadabharatha. And why? Because of the attachment that he had developed with the deer. Okay, then when he's born as Jadabharatha, he completely overcomes that attachment. Okay, so he will complete the all the 8 phases of bhakti, and then he will be liberated from this material world. Okay, so that's why the Lord tells that whatever state of mind you are, when you leave this body, you will attain that state. Okay, so how Bharat Maharaj became a deer. Okay, and this story is during the Treta Yuga period. Okay, and And in the slokas 8.7, the Lord says, therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your duties of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Okay, so the Lord tells, well, okay, this is Prahlad Maharaj, like how, okay, so every time there is a fear of death for him because his own father tries to kill him always. Because why? Because he is always chanting the holy name of the Lord Narayana, or he considers, I mean, he doesn't listen to his father, okay, because his father tells that you have to you have to consider me as the god, okay. And Prahlad Maharaj is always because before he is born only he hears about the glories of Narayana, and he becomes a bhakta of Narayana, okay. And therefore he is always chanting the holy name of the Lord, and the father gets very upset because Prahlad Maharaj is not listening to him, okay. And he's also always reciting the name of the Lord Narayana, and so he will always make an attempt to kill his son, okay. So he once he'll feed him poison, another time he will ask the intoxicated elephant to kill him, and he'll throw him from a up hill, okay. So he'll do so many such things, okay. But still, since Prahlad Maharaj is a devotee of the Lord, he's always been protected by the Lord, and he will be able to overcome all the death attempts that the father makes on him, okay. So that's why the Lord tells you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time you should carry out your duty of fighting with all your activities dedicated unto me, and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, and you will attain me without doubt. So he who meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, O Partha, Arjuna is sure to reach me. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and he is transcendental beyond this material nature, the Lord tells. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of misery. Why we should not come back to this material world is because you have desire, you have miseries, okay. We have desires. If desires are not satisfied, then we end in misery, right? We start crying, say something I wish for, and if I do not succeed in that, then I start crying, okay. I am upset about it. I start thinking why this not happened to me, why it happened, why only I am not able to achieve, why only this is happening to me, others all are very happy, only I am sad, okay. So you start thinking on those lines. That is called as misery, because they have attained the highest perfection. From the highest planet in the material body down to the lowest, all are the places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Yeah, by human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together from the duration of Brahma one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Okay, let me finish this. So a person who accepts the path of devotional service will get the benefit of studying the Vedas. At the end, he reaches the supreme abode. Like how? So if you see Krishna and his friends, okay, the Gopa boys, okay, they're always enjoying with the Lord, okay, they're always happy, they're always playing, they're eating something, they're only enjoying the company. Why? Because they are along with the Lord, okay. Only in this form of the Lord he allows, okay. Say in the Narayana form of the Lord he will in Lord Krishna's form, he allows the Gopa boys to be his friends, the Gopikas to love him. And then you have Mother Yashoda, okay, that Vatsalya, the motherly love, Okay, you are able to give it to him. Okay, but in the Narayana form of the Lord, you have only either you are a sevak or you are a dasa for him. Okay, only two type of relation you can have with the Lord. But in the Lord Krishna's form, okay, you can be his friend, like how Krishna's friends are there, okay, like Sudama you have, and the other Gopa boys and all, or like the gopis, okay, or like the Mirabhai, or you have the Radha, okay, they all, okay, like, and then you have the mother's love also possible because of this form of the Lord. Okay, so he says a person who accepts the path of devotional service will get the benefit of studying the Vedas. At the end, he reaches the supreme abode. Okay. Yeah. So today's chapter, the major learning is watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habit. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destination. Okay, so you should always be very careful of what you think. Okay, what words you use. Okay, because what words you use, you will start putting it into action, and every day you start act, every day you perform that act, then one day it becomes, I mean, you start developing it as an habit, and one day it also becomes, so every day what you practice or what you act or what you put in the form of habit, it becomes your character. Okay, people start recognizing you like that. Okay, and then it also becomes your destination. Okay, so you should be very careful. So to achieve big goals, take one small step, and that is to chant the holy name. That is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, sorry, I was there. Okay.
Stop screen sharing.
I'm sharing now again. You're able to see, right?
No, it's saying GovindaTemple ji has started screen sharing.
I can see that.
I think it's my network problem.
Oh, 1 minute.
Okay.
Adrit, you are able to see the screen?
It's not ready. I'm able to see the screen.
Okay.
Ma'am, you are able to see. I am able to see.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, I am able to see.
Yeah, Srijan, can you read the shloka?
Yes, ma'am. Antakale cha mam eva smaran mukta kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam
Yeah. Okay, so the translation is however, at the time of death, when one quits his body, remembering me alone at once retains my nature of this, there is no doubt the Lord turns. Okay, so we saw this, right? So here you can see that Arjuna, okay, Arjuna is trying to I mean, with the help of the bow and arrow, he tries to get some water, because his Pitamaha is ending his life. Okay, so he's trying to the Ganga water falling into his mouth. Okay, so before he dies, Krishna calls all the Pandavas and they'll tell that because he's your Pitamaha. Okay, and he'll be a very pious man. Bhishma Pitamaha. Okay, that's why he will get that boon. He will tell him that you have to take his instructions, okay, take his advice. Okay, so and Bhishma Pitamaha gives his advice to the Pandavas. You can see all the five Pandavas are sitting around him and taking his advice, okay, before he dies. And then later Arjuna will use his bow and arrow, so that he will be able to get some water or the Ganga Jal into his mouth. Okay, so that, and then he leaves his body. Okay, so this is, as I said, is Prabhupada in his childhood who started his devotional service at that time. Yeah, so why we should meditate this form of the Lord is because his God, Krishna is God, he is a person, as I said. Okay, so in this form only, he allows you to be his friend, he allows you to be his lover, he allows you to be his parent, okay, or father, mother. Okay, all the love you are getting in this form, and that's why we should meditate this form of the Lord. Okay, and again, we have a small bhajan here, a 4-line bhajan, which is very easy. So all of you practice this bhajan for today's class. Okay, so it goes like this. Anybody who knows the bhajan? Uh, let me clear the hand raise, and anybody who knows can raise your hand.
I know.
Adrit, okay, you say, sing.
Radha Madhava Kunjabi Jaya Jana Vallava Gidivaradari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Vanachari Jaya Radha Kunja Bihar Gopi Ganavallava Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira
Hare Krishna, very good. Rishi, do you know?
And I
Yes, Mathaji.
Yeah, do.
Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Giri Varadari
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira
Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunj Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunj Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari. Okay, so all of you practice this bhajan, and tomorrow you can recite in the class. Okay, so today we have the story on Krishna's Brahma Vimohana Leela. Yes, anybody who knows the story? Parthiv. Yes, Parthiv.
So Krishna and his friends are playing, and by then Brahma himself had heard about all of Krishna's exploits on how he killed Putana and all the other demons like that. So he decided to test Krishna. So
Yeah.
Krishna, so one day while tending the cows, Krishna and his friends were playing. And then one by one, Krishna noticed that his friends and cows were disappearing. And then that instant, as he was the Supreme Lord, he knew it was Brahma that was doing it. And then Krishna started doing all his divine forms. And then Brahma, who saw this, knew that Krishna was none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and went down and asked Krishna for forgiveness and returned his friends.
Yeah. Okay, Brahma Vimohana Leela, where Krishna actually, no, Brahma would have forgotten that Krishna is reborn in this material world. Okay, and this Krishna's glory would have reached even the Devaloka. Okay, and so Brahma will want to know who is this Krishna, and is he so powerful? What is he and all he wants to know. And so it so happens that one day when all these boys are playing, this Krishna's friend will ask Krishna to get them some more butter, or they'll all be hungry, and so they will say Krishna to get them some butter. And so Krishna leaves them playing there, and he goes to get them some butter. And Brahma makes use of the time when Krishna is not there, and he'll come and see he'll see to that all the Gopa boys and all the cattles, calves, everything, he'll disappear, all of them. Okay, he'll make them unconscious, and he'll carry all of them up along with him. Okay, and then he will steal all these boys, the cows, calf, everybody. See, he's made them unconscious and he's taking them off. And then Krishna comes back to the same place where they were playing, and then he sees that he's not able to find his friends, he's not able to find the cattle, he's not able to find the calves. And then when he's looking around, he sees the flower. He'll see the flower, he'll see the feather and all that, and then he will get to know that oh, this Brahma has come here. Okay, he'll get to understand, and then he will say, okay, but by then it is already evening. All the boys the cattle, everything have to return back to their places. And so Krishna will think, what should I do? And then he will decide to expand himself. Okay, he'll decide to expand himself, and he will divide himself into multiple Krishnas. Okay, so he will take all their forms. Okay, so and he will also transform himself into the boys and the cows, cattle, everything. Okay, and safely all of them will go back to their home. So the parents won't know that their child is not there, because Krishna has come in their form to their houses. And then this also Brahma gets to know, and it so happened by then he will also multiply into several forms like Brahma. Okay, and then Brahma will come, and he'll see so many Brahmas are there around, and he will get to understand the power of the Lord. And then he will realize, okay, he'll get to realize that I am whom I challenging. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or who has created me. Okay, Brahma, actually from the navel of Narayana, the Lord Brahma is born from the navel of the Narayana. And so then he will remember, and he will ask for forgiveness for the Lord, and that is called as, okay, and then Krishna instructs Brahma or teaches the lesson to, this is how he teaches the lesson to Brahma. Okay, so that is called as the Brahma Vimohana Leela. And today's comic story is on the Shamantaka jewel. Yes, Rishit, read.
There was a king named Satyajit within the jurisdiction of Dwarkadama. He was great devotee of the sun god.
Kritika.
The benediction
Yes, ma'am.
God awarded him a Shamantaka jewel that would produce 170 pounds of gold every day.
Yeah, okay. So there was a king named Satyajit, and he was ruling the kingdom which was very closer to Dwarkadama, and he was a great devotee of the sun god also. And because of his devotional service, the sun god gives him Shamantaka jewel, okay, a very precious jewel. And what is the feature or the speciality of that jewel is that it would produce 170 pounds. Okay, it was capable of producing 170 pound of gold every day. Okay, and then Eda Krishna.
Yes, ma'am. King Ugrasen was the overlord of many dynasties and happened to be the grandfather of Krishna. Krishna asked Satyajit to present the Shyamantak jewel to King Ugrasen.
Yeah, so Krishna gets to know that Satyajit is having the Shamantaka jewel, and so he will instruct him to hand over that jewelry to Ugrasen. Ugrasen is his grandfather, Krishna's grandfather, and who will be and Satyajit's province will come under the kingship of Ugrasen. Okay, and so he will instruct him to give it to him, but Satyajit will not like it. Okay, or he will not like this order of Krishna. Okay, yes, Ravi, read.
Yes, ma'am. Second, ma'am, just me. Yes. No, miss, I cannot see your screen clearly.
Ma'am,
What is
can
that?
I?
Jatara G refresh to able the order Krishna and did not divide the
Deliver the jewel.
the
Jewel to him.
like
Okay, so the Satyajit refused to abide by the order of Krishna and did not deliver the jewel to him. Okay, so he will not listen to what Krishna says. Okay, but by then what happens? Ravi, read.
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry. Yeah.
Next day, this is his younger brother Pasna, but the jewels on his neck and rode on horseback into the forest, making a show of his material opulence.
Yeah. Okay, so next day his younger brother, okay, his younger brother, his name is Prasanna, and he'll wear the jewelry and he will want to flaunt. Okay, he wants to show off the jewelry to everybody in the kingdom. Okay, so he'll wear that and he'll go on a ride. Okay, on the horse.
Ma'am, can I?
Minal,
Ma'am,
wait, Srijan, I'll give. Minal, read.
Okay.
Miss Mathaji, can I read?
ma'am, can I read?
What happened? Minal didn't read.
While he was moving in the forest, a big lion attacked him, killing both him and the horse.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes,
can I
Srijan,
read?
read.
Yes, ma'am. While he was moving in the forest, a big lion attacked him, killing both him and the horse, and took away the jewel to his cave.
So while he was moving, a lion will attack and it will kill him. Okay. And it will take that because the jewel is shining, no, it will get attracted to that and it will take that jewelry and go. Okay. Manvi, read.
Yes, ma'am. This news was received by the gorilla king Jambavan, who killed the lion and took away the jewel. Jambavan had been a great devotee of the Lord since the time of Lord Ramachandra. He did not take the valuable jewel as something he needed, so he gave it to his young son to play with it.
Yeah. Okay. So it so happens that the lion, no, it comes near the cave of Jambavan, where Jambavan will be living. Okay. And seeing that the Jambavan will kill the lion and he'll take the jewelry. Okay. And then he will hand it over to his son. Okay. So Jambavan will not be actually interested in the jewelry and he thinks that this piece of thing can. Uh, help or it can be of an item where his son can take and play with it. Okay, so he'll give it off to his son. Okay, and then
Ma'am,
it
can
so
I read?
happens that Sai Sankirt.
Yes, ma'am. When Prasanna did not return from the forest with the jewel, Satyajit became very upset. He thought that Krishna might have taken the jewel away from Prasenna by force and killed him. This idea grew into a rumor which was being spread in every part of Dwaraka by Satrajit.
Yeah. Okay. So when you saw, right, Prasanna, when he was going around, the lion killed him, and so he will not be able to return back to his palace. And so Satrajit, when he waits and he sees that even it is late evening, his brother has not come back. He will start doubting Lord Krishna. Okay, he thinks because Krishna, the previous day, Krishna had instructed him that he can share or he can give that jewelry to Grasin. Okay, but Satrajit wouldn't have listened to him, and so he thinks maybe now Krishna has done something to my brother. Okay, and so that's why my brother has not come back, and this will upset Lord Krishna. Okay, Parimala, read. Parimala, Padma, read. You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Krishna did not like to be different in this manner.
Therefore, he decided to go to the forest
And fill the
Shamantaka jewel.
Samantaka jewel.
Yeah, okay. So this will upset Krishna, and so he will be worrying, and then he will say, he'll think then maybe I should only find out and give put an end to these rumors. Okay, Saurish, read.
Krishna reached Jambavanta's cave. Jambavanta first challenged Krishna to a fight. There was great fight between Krishna and Jambavan. They fought like two opposing vultures. The fight continued for 28 days.
Yeah, okay. And then when he comes looking for the Shamantaka jewel, he will find Jambavan's cave and he will ask Jambavan, but Jambavan won't reply and they start fighting with each other. Okay, and then Jambavan is also a devotee of Lord Rama and he'll also be very strong. Okay. And so Krishna will not be able to defeat Jambavan also, and even Jambavan will not be able to defeat Krishna because he is the god, right? And so both of them will be fighting each other. Jambavan is a devotee and Krishna is a lord. Okay, so both will be fighting with each other, and they cannot both won't get defeated, and this fight will go on for almost a month. Okay, 28 days they'll start fighting, and later Jambavan gets to know that he's fighting with the Lord. Ria, read.
Ma'am, after being defeated, Jambavan glorified the Lord. My dear Lord, I can now understand who you are. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Vishnu, the source of everyone's strength, wealth, reputation, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation.
Yeah. Adya, read.
Lord Krishna became satisfied by the prayers of Jambavan to mitigate the pains of his body. He began to smear his lotus palm all over the body of Jambavan. Jambavan at once felt relieved from the fatigue
of the great fight. Yeah. Okay, so when they keep fighting, and then afterwards Jambavan will realize that he's fighting with the Lord. and the Lord defeats him. Okay, he stopped fighting and the Lord defeats him. So after being defeated, Javama glorified the Lord, my dear Lord. I can now understand who you are. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the source of everyone's strength, wealth, reputation, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation. Okay, that is the six opulence we saw, right, in the second chapter. And then he says, Lord, and again, Lord also forgives him. Okay, um, forgives Jambavanta, and then he'll slowly rub his hand on the body of Jambavanta so that all his pain, okay, since they would have fought, and Jambavanta will also be very old, okay, but in spite of that, he will show, he will be very strong, and so he won't be, Krishna will not be able to defeat him. And upon that, he is also a devotee of Lord Rama, so he will not be able to defeat Jambavant. Then Krishna will simply rub his hands on the body of Jambavant, and Jambavant will be relieved of all the pain. Okay, and then he will return the Shamantaka jewel to the Lord. Yes, Srijan,
Ma'am,
read now.
can you give Adrik? Okay, ma'am.
Uh,
Jambavan immediately delivered the Shamantaka jewel to satisfy the Lord. He also gave his daughter Jambavati's hand in marriage to Lord Krishna.
Yeah, okay, so he returns back the jewel to the Lord, and he'll also tell him that kindly forgive because I fought with you. Okay, please accept my daughter. He'll have a daughter called Jambavati, and he'll say, kindly accept my daughter as your wife. Okay, and so he will give his daughter also to the Lord to okay, and Krishna accepts Jambavati, and he will bring back the jewel. Okay, yes, Neeraj, read. Adrit, read.
King of all kings and chiefs. He also invited Satrajit. In the assembly, Krishna explained the whole incident of the recovery of Shamantaka jewel from Jambavan.
Yeah, so then Ugrasen, okay, so he'll come back getting the jewelry and he'll hand it over to Ugrasen, because Ugrasen will be the bigger king, okay, and or Satrajit's province will come under Ugrasen, and so he will come and give it to his grandfather. Ugrasen is grandfather for Krishna, okay, so he'll hand over it to him, and then Ugrasen will call all Satrajit, and then he will, and other nearby kings also, so that everybody gets to know, because Satrajit would have spread a message that Krishna has stolen my Shamantaka jewel. Okay, and so he wants to make it clear to everybody there around there, and so that's how he will invite all the kings, and then in front of all of them, he will return back the jewel to Satrajit. Okay, Lohit, read.
Yes, ma'am. Krishna wanted to return the valuable jewel to King Satrajit. Satrajit, however, became ashamed as he had unnecessarily defamed Krishna. He accepted the jewel in his hand but remained silent, bending his head downwards.
Yeah, okay. And then when Krishna returns, Satrajit will feel very ashamed of himself. Okay, and then he will take back the jewelry, and he will be very ashamed of himself. Okay, and he won't know how to react to this. Okay, and then later he will, he'll realize that he has made a mistake, and so he will ask forgiveness to the Lord, and he will also have a daughter who's called as Satyabhama, and she will say, please forgive me, Lord, and please accept my daughter as your wife. Rohan, read.
Yes, sir. Satyajit was truly affected by the offense he had committed towards Krishna. He sincerely wanted to rectify it. From within, Krishna gave him good intelligence. Hence, Satyajit decided to hand over to Krishna both the jewels and his beautiful daughter Satyabhama.
Yeah. Okay, so he decides to, he'll ask forgiveness and he'll say, please accept my daughter and marry her. Okay, and so Krishna, but Krishna will say that, he'll say, you can have, okay, you keep the Shamantaka jewel in the temple, okay, so that it spreads prosperity to the entire city of Dwarka. Okay, Manvi, read.
It is, ma'am, from it is, no?
Yeah, here, Lord Krishna being
Lord
pleased.
Krishna, being pleased upon Satyajit, informed him that he did not in any way need the Shyamataka jewel. He said, it is better to let the jewel remain in the temple as you had kept it. Everyone will derive benefit from the jewel. As a result of the jewel's presence in the city of Dwarka, there will be no famine, disturbances created by pestilence, and excessive heat or cold.
Yeah, okay, so the Lord returns back the jewel to Satyajit, and he'll say, because it was the sun god had given him, right? And so he'll say, you only have the jewelry, keep it in the temple, so that everybody in the city of Dwarka will have the benefit of the jewelry being there. Okay, so that everybody will be relieved of, or all the Dwarka will be relieved of famine, disturbances. Okay, so that peace and prosperity, and so that the city of Dwarka will flourish because of this presence of this jewelry. Okay, and so he'll return back it to Satyajit. Okay, and that is the story of the Shamantaka jewel. Okay, and we saw that how the Lord is merciful. Okay, and he will also forgive. Okay, so who, even if they do back to him. Okay, so all of you recite once, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Mathaji, if we have no doubt, can we leave?
Yes, the chapter 8 is complete. All of you can leave the class if you don't have any doubt. We will end the class and we'll meet tomorrow for the 9th chapter. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mathaji, you are going to
Krishna.
send homework, ma'am, about the attendance link.
Attendance link. Yeah.
I have one doubt that
I have shared the attendance link.
But what do we need to do? You will tell me.
Okay, you are the newcomer. Okay. Just, okay, you have done the enrollment. You have signed in. You have a login email ID and password. You have enrolled for the course.
My mom has done.
You have done. Okay, then you have to simply click on this link. Okay, when you click.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can I say the Eklavya story?
Oh, you should have told early, no? Where all of them are leaving the class, only 10 are there. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Let's clear her doubt first. See, when you click on the link, no, you'll be able to see a screen. Can you see the screen that is shared now?
This is the world's largest online course on Bhagavad Gita. Understand Gita in 18 days.
Did you go to the login after this? Huh?
No, no screen like that came.
Then that means you have not still signed up. You have not created, you have not enrolled for the course. Have you done join course?
Yes, my mother has done it.
No. Otherwise, you see, if you have done, you should simply get a login like this. Enter your email ID, password. Are you seeing a screen now, white screen?
No, I still can't.
No, are you seeing my screen shared?
Yes, I am, but I can't see a screen like that. My mom
Yeah.
had enrolled me, but my
Can
mom
you show
had
me what? Can you share your screen to me? Now I'll stop. I will
Ma'am,
make
can
you
you
the
share the
host.
homework for today in WhatsApp group?
Mataji, just a second. I just want to ask you one thing. Can
I
you
have made
please?
you the host. You share now. Yes, Krishna, what is it?
Yes, Mataji, could you please share the Guru Pranam mantra in the group? Like I just want to do more of it.
Yes, I have shared this one.
Okay,
Today I
ma'am.
have shared the Pranam mantra, no? I
Ma'am,
have shared it now.
Ma'am,
During the
homework,
class, I
ma'am.
have shared. You can do it.
Ma'am,
Okay, ma'am.
homework.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I have done my homework. Can I show you?
Yeah, you can show me.
one
Okay,
second.
ma'am.
Yes, I clicked on the link and this is